and welcome to another TLB Marketing Essentials video tutorial. This is part of our WordPress series, and we're just going to talk about adding a page on your website. So I'm in the back end of a website. Let's go over to this one here, and I have gone into Pages. And now I can either, from the Pages menu where all of my pages appear, I can click Add New, or I can simply click Add New on the left-hand menu before even going into all pages, or up at the top I can click the plus New button and simply go Page. Okay, and now we're adding a new page to our website. So I'm going to simply put sample page. And now we can go down to our content area, and if we know HTML coding, you can click on text and add your code, or if you're more comfortable just sort of what you see is what you get, we've got the what you see is what you get editor, and that is the visual. So we can write in sample heading, and let's just grab a bit of lorem ipsum. We'll add a couple of paragraphs of that, and we want to add media to our page, so we'll simply click on Add Media. And I will, let's see, we'll add this, but we're going to make it a little bit smaller because we want it on the right. So yeah, medium size should be good. Insert into this, and it's going to appear in our page over on the right as we right aligned it. So it can be as simple as that using the classic editor, and that's what we have just used. Now I simply want to click Publish. In this case, I'm just going to simply save my draft. And I'm not going to actually publish it. So this is saved as a draft on my website. So you could go and create many pages, put them all in draft mode until somebody else goes in and just double checks your spelling, double checks that everything is the way that you like it before it's actually published on the web. Or maybe you just want to get ahead of yourself and you're creating a landing page or something and you don't want it actually published just yet. So right now the status is in draft mode. Now I want to point out a couple of other editors that are sometimes available depending on the theme that you've chosen. So some themes don't have any extra visual editors, but I'm going to show you a couple of my favorites. And it looks like I have lost my connection, so bear with me just a moment while I just double check. It looks like I'm connected here, but I'm in Costa Rica, so sometimes you never know. Okay, and it looks like I am connected. Okay, so I'm going to go into one of my favorite editors first. And so let's go Add New. And this one is a Fusion page builder. So if you like the look of this one, you can look for themes that have the Fusion page builder. This is a really nice page builder. And it is available in one of my favorite themes, which is Aveda, which is one of the top selling themes on WordPress. You'll see it advertised all over the internet right now. It's a really popular theme. The coding is quite strong, and it's sort of one of those tried and true. And there's also so many page opportunities or variations that you're never going to have two websites that look the same. So for instance, at the moment, there are about 24 options for homepage layout. So it's really nice. So here I'm going to go sample page. And I'm going to click on my Fusion page builder. I could either use the text, which I'm in, I could go over to visual again, or I'm going to click on my Fusion builder. So at this moment, I can say I want a pre-built template. And this is going to give me all the pre-built templates that came in that theme. So for instance, maybe we're going to choose the About Me. And just say OK. And now you have these wonderful little boxes that have been created for you that we can simply click in and just change the content. And these are usually actually really, really nice. So I am also going to show you how to just add elements. So say I go into column options and I want to add a full width container to the top. Simply drag and drop, and now I've got a full width container, but there's nothing in it. So I'm going to go to my builder elements and say I want just one large image across the top. And I don't want a slider that, you know, slides different images through. I just want one simple image. So let's just look here. There's got to be an image, and it's just one of those things it's always hard to see when you're looking while you're doing a video. So I'm going to pull image frame down to that box. Now that's going to be one giant image. I could also add, say, a title below that, or let's say, oh, where did that fall? I'm not sure where it went. There we go. I did a text box below that. Let me try that title again. And there we go. So now we have an image, a title, and we have a text box. So now to add text to there, I simply click on this little pencil, and now I can add my own text. I can, you know, change it from paragraph to a heading. I can, you know, change my text color. I can add some quotations, add a read more link, or any of these other things that you want to do, bold, add media to it, and simply save that. Now I can also change the columns so that we've got a half and a half. Now if we go to columns, I will just show you how many column options there are. So we can have anywhere from a full width to a half. So in that case, you're going to want to drag two halves into, you're going to want to drag content into both of those. So say we dragged a half here, we're going to want to drag either 2 1/4 beside it or just another 1/2. So again, it's just simply a matter of saying, okay, I want this 1/3, I'm going to drag it down. And you do actually have to play around with where it drops and where to kind of hold it, because sometimes it sort of moves around, which it's doing for me right now. But nevertheless, you can do a 1/5, a 2/5, and then a 3/5 to have different columns on your page, or any combination of the above. I'm going to get rid of the one that I did here, so I'm just going to hit the delete button. So now we have a preview of what this page actually looks like. I just want to preview it for you. But before I do that, I'm going to click the pencil here again. Who am I? Just to show you, I can change my title size, my alignment, what the separator looks like, either one single line or 2 double lines. Separator color can be a different color. And I can change that title from who am I to something else. If there's an image in there, you can simply go to that. Again, hover, you'll get the pencil. And now I can just simply remove that and upload a new image. So this editor is just really nice because it gives you a great visual. So I've been using this for a lot of sites that I've been building lately, and it's a pretty new thing. It's been around for maybe about a year. So any sites older than that didn't have these, but it's a really nice way to build your site. So let's just do a quick preview. And I'm not sure if that is just taking its time to load. We're going to have to just actually save that as a draft. Or I could have hit preview. And you'll see this is actually the coding that is behind the scenes of what we just did. And now that it is saved as a draft, I'm going to view that image or that page. And here it is. So we've actually deleted the image, which is the 3B image, from their template. So normally you would see an image in that location, and you see the content that was in those particular squares. There's that image. Here's some toggles. So as you can see, you can make a really great looking site very easily. This is, again, a relatively new page builder, so your website may not have this. Okay, and I'm going to show you another page builder, and this one is the one that we already added, that sample page. So we can go to back, right now we're in Classic, I can go to Backend Editor or Front End, and I'll show you what those look like. So we'll click on the Front End Editor. And this allows us to basically see what our sample page, or the page that we're building, looks like from the page as it would be viewed in a web browser. So this can be really nice as well. And we can simply click on the plus sign to add a row. Let's just get that row in there. And now we're going to add some columns. So I'm going to, let's see here, what have we got? We could do, say, a 1/3 column. And now you see we've got a 1/3 here. And I can simply copy that if I want another one. So now you see there's another 1/3 column and another 1/3 column. So I've got those in there. Now if I want content within that, I can simply click on the pencil. Actually, we're going to close that up, and let's add what we want to that. So we can add a Google map, we can add an image, we could add just a simple icon or a text block. So let's just do text block. And now to add to that text block, it's simply going to open up a window when we click on that little pencil, and we can edit all of that text. So I'm going to just save the changes made there. And you'll see now that I've made the changes, simply click the X, and you'll see that it's been added to that block. So we can do the same here, and everything that you add on the page is going to be visible as you would view it in a web browser. So that could be really nice. I'm going to go back to the backend editor. This is not going to save my work now, so I'm just going to say leave my page. Remember to hit publish before moving back to the backend editor if you're using this and you want to save those changes. Otherwise, your changes will be lost. That's again when it comes in handy that you've got all of your content already in a Word document. Okay, so now we're in the backend editor now. So the backend editor also has little blocks of content, which can be nice if you're more of a visual person, and you can simply click on the X and say we want a divider there, or sorry, the plus symbol, not the X. And now we can choose what type of divider we want, whether it's a solid, a line break, a dashed, or a double, and change our color. And I'm just gonna save that. So our divider's there. So this is also a nice backend editor. And I'm going to go back to classic mode, which is what many of your websites will look like in WordPress if they don't have one of these new visual editors added to your site. And there we are in classic mode. So again, in classic mode, it's just if you really want to see what this looks like, you may have to go back and forth a little bit more to see what you have, and you may need to add a little bit of coding if you look some coding up if you want a divider or different images and that kind of thing. So those front-end editors or visual editors can just add a lot of neat widgets to your page, like accordions that open up and sliders that you can go through. One thing I do want to add before we're finished, I'm in the classic editor, just the basic WordPress editor, and one thing I do want to go to is go to the template, and here is where you want to choose either a full width page or a page with left sidebar if you're using just the classic editor in WordPress and you don't have one of these visual editors added. So if I go with a page with left sidebar, it's automatically going to make this content stay within that within that right side of the page with whatever widgets I've added automatically to my left sidebars. And going into those widgets, that's another lesson, but this about wraps up how to add a page to your site using either the classic editor or 2 different visual editors. Always click publish when you are finished adding your new page, and that wraps up this tutorial.